Hi there. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Welcome to 30 minutes of my day. Yes, I am still working on these books. That's okay. Slow and steady wins the race, right? So I've got some of the text blocks ready. Similar to the bigger book, As You Like It, I have been putting a torn edge along the edges, and I really love the look. I have different shades of sort of warm colors of papers in here, and again, I'm just really happy with how that looks. It's kind of earthy looking because these the little books, where come on out and play. These little books, they're kind of earthy. They have a little wildlife woodsy theme to them. So that's what the interior is going to have. So I thought these colors went very nicely. But as ever, I do like to put a few just some fun, interesting, and older vintage pages in. I'm still trying to decide if I want to put a page from the actual book in. It's not the nicest paper. So I'm thinking long and hard about that. But I actually had to do a lot of work the other day. I was humming and hawing over how much refortification these spines needed. Hold on. There we go. And after conferring with my crush, yeah, they really needed to have a full interior redo. So I did, because if I held them up to the window and looked at them this way, you could see that the hinges on either side of the spine, you can almost see there. Yeah, they were just ready to give up the ghost. So now they've been completely lined from the inside out with muslin, a nice sturdy one. Not sometimes if a book's not in too bad of a shape, I'll just use like a very tight weave, light cheesecloth. But in this case, I thought, no, let's do it. It does look like it could really give up at any moment. But on the other hand, I didn't want to put anything down the outside because the covers are just so darling. So by reinforcing it from the inside out, this actually can keep wearing away and getting kind of threadbare and looking kind of tatty, which I don't mind at all. And this new fabric underneath will still be supporting it from the inside out. So this can get as grungy as you want. It'll be fine. It'll still all hold together nicely. These are about as clean as they get. I've gone over all three of them with my soft eraser and got as much grime off as I could. And I will be taking them outside now, and just whatever grime is still on them, I'm going to seal the grime in. So at least when you're using it as your journal, it will it'll be quite sturdy. It's not as if you're going to be touching 100-year-old dirt, which personally I don't mind touching 100-year-old dirt, but I think it might make some people cringe a little. Doesn't make me cringe in the least. In fact, it warms my heart. So that's the plan for that. But I do want to finish adding in some pages here and there, and I guess I'm going to have to decide what I'm going to use of pages from the text block. Gosh, look at that. Isn't that nice? And whether I want to use the original first page. Oops, that's not you. Let's see here where the original first page is. Let's make the, oh yeah, we got to use that. Got to be careful here. All right, yes, I think this is going to need to be, I think it's going to be a washi tape day. Yes, I definitely want to use that, but I'm not sure I want to use any others. They're just, there's no phenomenal illustrations. I mean, this poor little guy, it got ripped up. Many of the illustrations, you can tell they were torn out. If any of the books, like this one, happens to have a few of the original illustrations, what I think I'll do is I'll send them along with the book to the new owner. But unfortunately, it's hit and miss with these two other books, whether they still have the original illustrations in them or not. I have a feeling that whoever the little owner was, that they sometimes children like to draw on top of drawings, and it actually is a way of learning when they're figuring out their art world. So I don't find fault in that, whoever the little person was. Maybe that's kind of pretty to save the table of contents. All right, maybe those 2 pages I will save to put back into the book, but then the rest of the pages are going to be useful pages. All right, let me put this aside. Let's take a look in here and see what we will save out of Mr. Mocker. I think of all the pictures, I like this one the best. I really love this bird here and the moon behind him. All right, so there's those 2. The Adventures of Mr. Mocker. So he must be a mockingbird, but I haven't read it to see. But that's my thinking. So there must have been a picture plate along here. You can see where something was glued on there. Maybe that's where this was. And then when you open it, it was like that. So that will go in. And maybe once again we will use the contents, and those 2 will go in. Okay. And then if there's any other illustrations. But hard to say. See, lots of artwork here. I have a feeling whoever the little person was, that they just colored all over them. One of them has a lot of artwork in the back. No, it's not that one. It must be Mr. Toad. All right, so that's what we want there. Okay, let's move you aside. Let's see with Mr. Toad. Is Mr. Toad the one? Yeah, there was a lot. Look. There was a lot of artwork in Mr. Toad, but you know, these, I'm very pleased with how well the spine is now. I put in a new liner inside, a new slightly curved liner on the inside. I didn't want it too rounded. I wanted it to be similar to what it already was. All right, so there's our yummy hand marbled paper from 4 Keys. Here in Ontario. Now, I think we need to trim these. Yes, we do. Okay. Then I'm going to have to pick some washi tape because I also have a few other pieces, a few other folios that need to be put together, because they weren't actually folded papers previously. So we can do that together too. Come on. Oh, don't rip. Just let go. Give it up. Okay, sorry about that. I had to pause. My sweetie pie needed to confer with me. Anyhow, I went through this while we were talking, and old Mr. Toad didn't get any pictures in him. So I may borrow a picture from one of those so that everyone, all 3 of the books, gets a little picture in it. So Mr. Toad is the one who needs it. Let's see what Mr. Mocker's got. So there's end papers, content. Old Mr. Toad's got content. There's that. See, Mr. Toad's here. So if there's another picture in here, this one might be good to put over into old Mr. Toad. But all the pictures, and all Mr. Toad is the one with the really bad artwork in the back, the Valentines and everything. Oh dear, well, maybe it was not meant to be. Nope, that one only has one. I would have loved a picture of Mr. Mocker. Let's see what Danny Meadow Mouse has. Okay. Oh, Danny Meadow Mouse has got a couple. All right, let's see. Danny Meadow Mouse has those. There's a bird in it. Maybe I could put that one in with Mr. Mocker. Let's see if there's anything more. Oh, there's more in here. There's an owl with Danny Meadow Mouse. Let's take this out. All right. Let's make the best use of these that we can. Oh, that one would have been cute, although the little bunny's kind of sad. Okay. Nope. Let's see. Oh, there's a little bit here at the end. Let's see. Nope. All right. So these will be our choices. Danny Meadow Mouse. All right. So we have Danny Meadow Mouse's pictures lasted more than anyone else's. All right, so I think I will go ahead and put this one in with The Adventure of Old Mr. Toad, because there he is. I wonder if he actually was in that one originally and it just got mixed up. Now, Mr. Mocker did not have any pictures. So, perhaps this is the better one to do. There's a bird there, although it's a bird of prey, and Mr. Mocker is looks to be a mockingbird to me. Mind you, that's I kind of like this one. Maybe he's flying on his way over. Because there's the little mouse, there's little Danny Meadow Mouse, and little fox, Reddy Fox. It's a nice picture. All right, and then Danny Meadow Mouse can have both of these. Danny's on the run here, going to hide in a tomato tin. And then, oh, the owl's got him now. Hopefully the owl isn't thinking this mouse looks tasty, because owls do, they do enjoy mice. All right, there we go. So those have been chosen. We need to fortify those little folds. And then I also have, so it's not going to be terribly exciting today, I've picked some pages out of Winnie the Pooh, because they happen those stories happen in the woods. So I've picked some out, but the Winnie the Pooh book that I have is glued. There aren't sewn signatures, so I'm going to have to attach them together. And then I also thought, possibly, since these are children's books, I thought I might possibly, if I can, put in some like Dick and Jane type pages. And this is just a cute little bunny story. I forget the name of this book. but it's just got charming little pictures of this little bunny, and I just thought that might be cute. So these are still optional at this moment. Now, where's my favorite? Here's my favorite little board for doing washi tape. Let's pick out some washi. Let's see if anything sort of makes me feel like earthy. Not that it gets seen that much, but it gets seen enough for me to want something nice. I know I've got one that's all green. This one's all green, which I rather like. And this one is all green. Do I have any others that are all green? I think, no, that's flowery. That's flowery. So these are the all green. These are all sort of Tim Holtzy kind. I think I'll use a little bit of both of these. This one has more in it, so I might use more of this because I have a few pages. I try to, if I'm using washi tape to go down a seam for a folio, I try not to use my really beautiful washi's, simply because it's going down into a fold, and it's most likely not going to be noticed that much. Come on, you. Thank you. There we go. All right. So, first things first. Let's reinforce the very first front page and this. Alrighty, so these actually need to be trimmed. I'll do that later once I have the signature together. I like to take a little bit off, like about 1/8 of an inch. There's still some glue in here. Might as well get it out. I find that once I put folios back in and make a new text block, they can be too wide for my liking. So what I do is I've got this tiny little cutting mat, and I've just used a white, like a Uniball, a jelly pen, whatever they're called, and I just highlight one particular line in both directions. It just makes it easier to see the one that I'm using, because all these lines start looking the same to me after a while. And then I get out my rocks, and we're going to use this one, so that's good. And I am going to use a little bit, I'm going to use my combination of a little bit of art glitter glue and a lot of bit of glue stick. Come on. Sorry, I haven't used this glue in maybe 2 weeks. It's been a long time. I've really been away from my desk. I don't know whether it's the pandemic or what, but boy, I didn't get much done last week. I think my poor old brain and my poor old heart, and I don't know, last week, it was a write-off. I did some painting. I went out and bought some flowers to press, and that was nice. And I took my little sketchbook with me, and I actually did some watercolor painting, so that was nice. Yeah, where is it? Here we go. That was nice to be able to do that. Just try and, I don't know, I just had no desire to get in here and work. It wasn't, my room wasn't doing it for me. But I woke up this morning and thought, okay, let's get at this. I got some books that need need their new life. So here I am. There we go. And we got nice plans for later today. We're gonna go over and see our granddaughters. They watch them paddle around in their little pool, and then we're gonna have a little barbecue afterwards. Oh yeah, I didn't get this going. So that's always nice. That you know, to be able to spend a few hours and have some quality time, just watch them play and play with them. It's a nice thing to do. And have a little meal with them. There we go. That's better. Had to get it going. So we're going to do that later on this afternoon. Go over and they can show us all their wonderful dives that they do. Sure, it'll be just like at the Olympics. So then I follow along one of the lines. The white line guides me, so I know I've got it mostly centered. It doesn't have to be totally centered, but you do want it completely parallel because it's going to have papers on either side. So whether there's a little bit more sticking out one side or the other, you'll never ever know because it's going to be either on one side or the other. Then I just trim these. So it goes like that. So I just find that putting that little tiny bit of art glitter glue at the ends holds it a little bit stronger. The glue stick is helping the tape hold a little bit stronger, but I find that the art glitter glue, if you're going to have parts pull up, it's usually these end corners that are going to want to say, nah, I'm not sticking here. And so that's why I'll put a little bit at the top, a little bit at the bottom, and usually you're quite good to go. All right, so there's that, and let's do this one. So again, I find the center, and if there's chunks of glue, some of these old books, the holes are so big from where the signatures were sewn that the glue actually went right down into the holes, and you can get little chunks of glue in there. Just take them out because you're going to be covering that up anyways with the washi tape. And then rocks on, because my luck, it happens all the time. I'll bump the paper while I'm trying to hold a glued piece of tape, and then there's just a lot of crankiness on my part. All right, a little bit of art glitter glue up and down. There we go. And then there. And there. For me, I just found this was the best way, because no matter how I tried, if I didn't have something behind to indicate, oh my goodness, I'm really off to the side. I'm sorry. If I didn't have these white lines to indicate, I've had times where you think, oh yeah, that's perfectly north-south. And then you go to fold it, and it's not the least bit north-south at all. So this, for me, did the trick. Everyone finds their own little way that works, and it all works out. There you go. All right, I might use, there we go. All right, so that's Mr. Toad, I think. Is it? Yes, The Adventures of Mr. Toad. All right. Let's do you, Mr. Mocker. So we're going to restore you, and we're going to restore you. All right, now with this one, Why does that feel thicker? I was tempted to put the washi tape on the outside because this is where that, I think that illustration was. No, I don't believe you because, hold on, let me stand up and take a look. Oh yeah, I've only got 5 minutes. Ugh. I don't know where the time goes. I'm determined to get all these books finished by the end of next week. Well, this coming week. It's Sunday, so I'm determined that As You Like It and the 3 Burgess books. Now, is there any glue? You sort of have to feel. Yep, there's a bit of glue in that one. I'm determined that I want them ready to go to their new homes. Yep, I can feel some there. Just get that out of there. There we go. All right, glue stick up a bit. I think I'll use a bit more of this one. I don't like to waste too much washi. Yeah. Okay, and you. Some people are so good at this maneuver. The glue sticking the washi tape. Gail Agostinelli, she can do it like she was born doing it. And it's just so foreign to me. Okay, let's see. Okay, and then I'm looking for that line there. And there. And down it goes. Beautiful. Good. Well, I don't know where this flew by to today. The time, 30 minutes, just zoom goes. Hopefully I'll post more this week. We're certainly getting nice weather, and that really plays into things, doesn't it? Don't you find that? I don't know if sunshine affects you too. We can get this last one done before my timer goes off again. I know it. I know it. There we go. There we go. Oh, look at this. Gail would be so proud of me. Look at that. Look at that. I make it look like I almost know what I'm doing. Oh, I think that washi tape is the perfect one to use. It just looks nice and natural. Oh, you know what? I see. There's a little bit of pencil there. There we go. The little artist was at it. There and there. Beautiful. Those are nice. Good. Very good. All right, let me check and see my time. Oh yeah, I'm at 29 minutes and change. Well, thanks for joining me today. It wasn't terribly exciting, but we got some stuff done. I was able to say hi. I hadn't fallen off the face of the earth. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And take care, and we will talk very soon, later this week, for sure. Bye.